All right. All right. All right. All right. Now I'm on here, about to start speaking, about to start really going into some thoughts, you know. Um, when it come down to it, everything is everything. I want to say thanks to the great mother. I want to say thanks to the ancestors on this another day of speaking and pretty much wanting to say thank you for your protection. Thank you for your guidance and your wisdom and your understanding, overstanding, outerstanding, and understanding. And I also want to say I thank everybody that been subscribing. I want to say thank you to everybody that been watching every time I come on live. So yeah, just want to say that. So what I'm going to talk about today is anything and everything. In order for you to move forward on your journey, you have to let the past go and move forward. Open up your heart chakra, open up your mind, open up all the chakras you can, and let everything go from the past and things that's going on in the present that you have no control out of. So you have to go ahead and move forward and strive. Strive to become the best person that you can be. Only person that can change is you. That is your evolution. That's who you are, and that's what you came here to do, is to be the better you. We all know we have narcissistic people, but who gives a damn? Because that's their life. Your life is different. Cherish every moment. Cherish every day like it was your last day. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you came here to do. Many people that come into this incarnation have work to do, and it's dealing with themselves, rebuilding and transforming. In order to become successful, you have to work on self. This spiritual path, if not, is not easy. It's never been easy. It never have been easy. And it never will be easy. I apologize for that. It never will be easy. It never will be uh peaches and cream. It is all about what you make of it and how you do it. You gotta do everything how the way you see fit to do it at your own pace. In order for you to achieve anything you want, you have to focus on you. I know that sounds selfish, but you can't love anybody unless you love yourself. You can't move forward unless you focus on yourself. Many of us done focused on everybody else except for what? Ourselves. That is where we always fall short at. Not focusing on ourselves and rebuilding and transforming and making sure that we direct our energy to what we want to achieve. We done went through So many things. Those that are on this path. Some of us healed others, some of us didn't, and went through the traumatic mayhems of going through getting the energy off of us. That diluted energy didn't mean us no good. So we have to go through a path of revitalizing ourselves and going into another transformation and transition in order to make things work for ourselves. And when we work on ourselves, we can also help out others because of our experiences. But it starts with self, it starts with your heart, it starts with all the chakras, the main chakras that we know of, starting with the root. Right? The navel, the heart, the mind, the throat, the third eye, the crown. It goes all hand in hand, but you gotta start with the root first. That is the lowest point on your body. If you don't fix that and work on that, guess what? You become possessed. You become possessed by your lower self. That is your inner demon. That is your inner, that is you dealing with your inner me. If you don't master that. That's where a lot of us fall short. But you know, we're spiritual beings living a spiritual beings living a human experience. And you know, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So, you know, it's like we have to do what we have to do, but we got to go through these changes. We get lost sometimes doing these changes because we have the tendency of getting distracted real quickly. But somehow we always manage to find a way, don't we? But either or, I just wanted to say that real quick. I have been reading a book, the book called Santeria. And it's a lot of things I'm starting to learn that I wasn't aware of. And what I started realizing is that the Babalaos and the Santerios, they are shamans. Shamans are pretty much witch doctors. They are healers. They go through the rites of passage and help serve humanity. Because they heard the call. They heard the call of becoming a healer and they decided to go in that direction. So I come to that conclusion that how many of us heard the call? You know, that might not be your path, but there's other ways of becoming a shaman and a shamanistess or a priestess or a priest. There's other ways. My thing to y'all is that, did you hear the call to become a healer? Did you hear the call on becoming a life coach? You ask, what is that call? They're ringing in your ear. Having visions of your ancestors paying you a visit in your dreams or your meditative state. Nature talking to you, that's another way. The animals speaking to you in their own way, that's another way. Have you heard the call? Many are called, but few are chosen. I'm not going to go into details about the whole chosen thing. That's not what I'm going to talk about either. Because that's one of the things that a lot of people are talking about, that they're chosen. But my thing is, who made you chosen? Now, if you said I heard the call, there's different. There's a difference. And you take the heed to the call, that's different. But you can't say that I'm chosen, and the first thing people gonna say, well, who chose you? Who anointed you? How you know that? Can you do what things can you do to show that you're chosen? What schools of thought that you came out of? What credentials do you have? How do you know? See, we have to always use discernment and ask questions. Always ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. And that's where we always seem to fall short, because we never question. How question me? I don't know everything. But you don't hear me saying that I'm chosen. All I want to do is point the direction to those that want to know and help them on their path and on their journey. And help them expand their horizons mentally, spiritually, and so on. I'm not perfect. I'm not better than nobody on this plane. However, I'm willing to grow with you. I'm willing to grow with you and help you. And then what you do, you help me. We learn together. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm nowhere near better than anybody. Only person I can be better than is myself. I can't be better than nobody else but me. I have to impress self. And work on my energy. And at the same time, demonstrate the best way possible to help those that need to help, that need to work on their energy. That's how we work together. We have to start with ourselves. But I digress. That's what I came to the conclusion about that book, though. It showed that they are shamans. That they're also what you call medicine men, witch doctors. They have went through the rites of passage. To help out humanity. They perform exorcisms. They do all of that. See, we have to realize these practices been around before the Christ era. Okay? And in order for you to go through this, the ancestral spirits have to choose you. Not you choose them. So, my thing to those that's watching, that's one rites of passage. There's many others. But I guarantee you, all those people that are shamans, they heard the call. That's documented fact. Shamans will tell you they heard the call. Not everybody's going to make it to that. Some of them are going to be assistants and so on, devotees and so on. But this journey is going to help you for growth. When you look at the different sciences, you got to look at the origins. Because the origins go right back directly to our practices. Some of them have been watered down to give the understanding to those that don't understand it. So, yeah, that's where we are. So I just wanted to touch bases on that. But this is a good book, Santeria. I think her name is My G Gomez Wilpler. I mean, well, let me see, My G Gomez hyphen Whippler. I think that's how you pronounce it. So, or Wipler. I was just to say Wipler. Wippler is her last name. She wrote other books dealing with the tradition and the culture. But this book is interesting because it expounds more on what is what, you know? And it caught my attention when I saw it on Amazon. And I bought it. And I had like for almost like, what, 2 years or a year? You can't tell I had, well, you can tell I had it that long because I've been reading the heck out of it. And I'm about to buy me a new copy. And use this copy for everywhere I go. Just sit it down and read it. And I have a brand new copy in the house. That's what I'm gonna do. Because this journey is very serious for me. And I like to share it with everybody because I'm still learning. I don't know everything about it. I'm still learning. I'm realizing more and more each day the importance of knowing it. So I wanted to say that if there's any questions, feel free, whomever is on the answer. But yeah, let me see. What can I do? This is the book. It don't hurt to get that book and just read it. I mean, we need to educate ourselves more and more each day. It doesn't hurt to have knowledge of anything and know. No. I have other books. I have these. This. Let me see. This. Written by the same author. This. And all my Moors. This is for all my Moors right here. And to let everybody know It's been notarized by the temple I was a part of. I'm trying to get it in the light. You see that? If you can see, I'm trying to put it in the sun. Uh, can't know. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. It's been notarized by the temple I'm a part of. Temple 13. So those that kept on saying I wasn't a real Moor, I am. I really am. I just gotta brush up on my laws a little bit more. And this book that I just posted showed these are questions. In here. Questions for Moorish children. Who made you? Allah. Who is Allah? Allah, the mother / father of the universe. I put that in there because it's old. It says father. Can we see her or him? No. What is the nearest place we can find her and or him? In the heart. Who is Noble Drew Ali? He is Allah's prophet. What is a prophet? A thought. A prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. What is the duty of a prophet? To save nations from the wrath of Allah. Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Noble Drew Ali. What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded? 1913 AD. Where? In Newark, New Jersey. Where was Noble Drew Ali born? In the state of North Carolina, 1886. What is his nationality? Moorish American. What is your nationality? Moorish American. I'm just going to stop a little bit. I'm trying to see what else I can add on to. I'm just gonna go do a little quick briefing of it. How old is our flag? It is over 10,000 years old. Which is our holy day? Friday. Why? Because Friday is the day on which man was formed in flesh, and it was on Friday where he departed out of flesh. Let's see. Who was Jesus? He was a prophet of Allah, Where was he born? In Bethlehem of Judah, in the house of David. So I'm gonna stop right there. Just wanted to read that real quick. Some of them questions and answers. So my thing is, all this information, what do we do with it? Simple. We go ahead and apply it the best way possible. That is the only way we can move forward on our journey. The only way we can move forward on our journey, y'all. So we cannot just settle and keep settling and not at least practice what we're talking about. And I'm also open up the Black Book written by Dr. Malachi York to see if I can find out about the mitochondrial DNA. I'm trying to see if I can find it this time. I think I found it. I saw something say the XY chromosome. Let's see. We're gonna work on it, huh? Let me see. I think I'm close to it. It's talking about something dealing with women. The mitochondrial DNA is very unique. It's a very unique DNA strand or chromosome. I said no, a chromosome. This chromosome is found in women. This chromosome is what our women have. Okay. Let me see. Because I really want to put out there that the mitochondria is very significant. And I want to say that in the beginning of all of these, of the men, when you were in the womb of your mother, you were actually female. And the X broke off. Let me see. I'm gonna read about the X. I'm gonna read about the Y chromosome. So this is what the question Dr. York says. So is the Y chromosome a defect of the X? Scientists today have discovered that the Y chromosome in sperm has 2.8% less genetic material than the X chromosome in the same sperm semen. Researchers were able to stiff sperm to produce samples in which 85% of the cells had an X chromosome. In fact, the X chromosome is 5 times larger than the Y chromosome, which means that females existed for generations without males. That females existed for generations without males. So therefore, that means that they were here first. And the question just said this. Look, check this out. So what does this mean? That women came first? To find the first being, anthropologists had to use pregnant women to donate their babies' placentas. Why the placentas? The placenta is the easiest way to get large samples of tissue. These biologists selected women in America with ancestors from Africa, Europe, and the Middle East and Asia. After the babies were born, the placentas were gathered and frozen. The tissues were grounded in a what is it? A souped up Waring blender, spun with a mixed cell breaking detergent, dyed fluorescent, and spun in a surfringent again. The results were a clear liquid containing pure DNA. This DNA in the nucleus of the baby cells, this DNA came from outside the nucleus in a compartment of the cells called the mitochondria, which produces nearly all the energies to keep the cells alive. The mitochondria DNA is only inherited from the mother. It's not a mixture of both parents' genes like nuclear DNA. So it preserves a family record that isn't scrambled in every generation. What is the meaning of the word mitochondria? The word mitochondria in New Latin, Greek means manos or mentos, means warped thread. Chondrion means the diminutive of chondros, and meaning, make sure I got the right page because I want grain and granule. So you're saying that if a couple does not have a daughter, that means that their gene disappears? Absolutely. So all the men, just to let y'all know, that the girls carry the DNA. Our mother's DNA deteriorates in us, but it stays in the girl or the female, which means that they were here first, just like I said, which means that the great mother exists. So all the people that probably made fun of what I was saying, all the people that have been attacking me, saying I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I just read off a book that said that the women were here first, the mitochondrial DNA, which means that the great mother was here, which means they were building monuments for the great mother, i.e. the book that I said, The Great Black Mama of Creation by Dr. Suzar. So all I can say, y'all better be ready, because Big Mama pissed off as fuck. Period. And that's one of the reasons why you see all these natural disasters right now that's happening and that's taking place, because we're not paying homage to her. The more we pay homage to her, the more we can get things done and accomplished. We'll keep on getting stuck with the propaganda of the patriarch, when in the beginning it was the matriarch. I don't know why nobody don't want to really touch bases on it, except for those that's been called to come forth and tell the truth. And little do people know that there's many of us, there's legions of us that's coming out in the forefront now. The brother Rod Hayes came out on the scene out of nowhere. Everything he's saying way more than I've been saying. Even break down the whole Moorish science and break down all that shit, and then break down the Freemasonry and all of that. I can tell you like this. When it comes down to it, the word Mason means my son. The son of the great mother, you can say, because they wear it, because they know they know that the sacred geometry really is the so-called black woman. The so-called black woman, y'all carry the mitochondrial DNA. No other race of women carry it. You have been the treasure, but your protectors, which are your men, y'all been back and forth fighting each other over nonsense. And it's time to wake the fuck up, because it's our time now. All the brothers finally need to pay homage to the great mother and realize she's real. I'm not talking about the Bible thumpers. I'm not talking about them Hebrew. I don't care about the Hebrew Israelites and none of that, because at the end of the day, they also have a portrait of who they call Mary with Jesus and everything, right? But what they don't even understand, that's not who they are. They have ancient names. And I used to be in that school, the Hebrew Israelites. I used to be in it. They called the pictures icons. These are the icons. And they'll show you a woman holding a baby. Let me show you. Look at that. They show you that. They show you this icon right here. Right here. And then you look at that one. Ladies and gentlemen, those that are watching, we need to really do our research with the best of our due diligence and study and know how to understand and fully get into the depths of what's really been going on and how we've been lied to. I do this out of love, because I don't ask for no money. I ask for none of that. All I want is our people to wake up and realize who they are and stop running from themselves and stop running from what's about to take place. One of my brothers told me that it was an Israelite brother that was talking about the stuff I talked on the other channel that I was on. He said the brother was talking about the tsunamis and everything and the earthquakes. He said that. And the brother was saying that this shit is about to take place. And I said that in the old channel that I was on. And I kept on saying we need to start giving offerings to Gaia, to our ancestral spirits and everything. And we need to start praising them to get us more time and also let them know we're properly aligned with them. But I realized that everybody's not going to make it and everybody's not going to pay attention on what's being done and what's going on right now, because there's too much shit going on that nobody don't really want to touch bases on. And the thing is, a lot of us are getting caught up with fucking ego. And now people getting caught up in ego, and then they're getting caught up with some bullshit. Like, I don't understand. We can't keep on using fear tactics. We got to go ahead and realize the real. That we need to go back into nature. That we need to start saying thank you to nature. That we need to go ahead and say, you know what? Enough is a freaking enough, and let's do it. And stop running. We ran too much and ran too long. It's time to be responsible for everything that we do. Everything that we do is our responsibility here on out. Everything that we do is our responsibility. We need to stop pointing the fingers. Pointing the fingers for what? But I'm going to say this. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? What are we going to achieve? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Instead of talking about the problems, let's bring solutions to the table. You have Brother Noof, you have yours truly, you have Jolly Bay, King Bay, all the brother Yusuf, you have Noble Elohim El, a lot of us, and I'm just naming them because we are finding solutions. We have to find the solutions to things to make things work. Brothers and sisters, or may I say mothers and sons, fathers, however you want to perceive yourself, let's get to work and start focusing on a better at hand. And I just wanted to say that before I log off and let y'all know that I love you all. Those that are watching and those that will watch. I love you all. Let's go. Peace, love, light, darkness. Let's get it together.